Hello, my friends. It's Andy coming to you live from Orange County. I think I accidentally muted my mic. Let me just make sure it's not muted. All right, just if somebody will let me know if I might have accidentally muted my mic. Just give me the high sign or say, hey, I can hear you just fine. Hey, I'm here at the Orange County Supervisors board meeting, obviously here in Orange County. And the first thing, as you notice from the title, is that they are not allowing anybody to go inside. Now, you can have speakers go in individually, but no one is allowed inside as far as an audience is concerned. I guess this is the second meeting in a row that they've done that, which again, just something's wrong in Denmark here, even though I'm in Orange County. I think that they found it's much easier as far as the supervisors to control the narrative if you don't have all the people in there with signs, with the occasional grumbling out loud and that kind of stuff. So again, here in the Orange County, at the Orange County Supervisors Board meeting, they have not allowed for the public to sit inside. And so let's look at the names of the, unfortunately, I don't know all the names of the supervisors. I'm looking for it now. I picked it up. Stand by. So we have Andrew Doe, who is the chairman. Apparently, he's not here today. He's the one who's been saying that the schools have been given guidance to mask children on the inside. Now, there's some controversy as to whether anybody has said that it's a mandate or that it's mandatory that kids mask themselves inside the schools in all the school districts of Orange County. What we have been hearing from some of my people that are on the inside is that it's not been mandated, but it's guidance. Now, this is where, unfortunately, where the school supervisors of different districts get involved, where they are saying, well, no, we've been told that it's mandatory, and so that's why the kids have to be masked indoors, but they can be unmasked outdoors. Again, this is, as I've talked about on my show, as I've talked about at the school board meetings, is that in my emails to the school board and to the district, is that saying something is advice or is something that they recommend. What else is there? That things are even mandated is not a law, is not a state law. And they have a choice. I believe the school districts have a choice as to whether they can, they want to mask children or not. And so the school district can decide whether they want to or not. Oh my gosh, I still can't see if I'm audible or not. I just want to know if I accidentally hit a button that I'm not supposed to hit. And now my screen is so dark I can't see. Because I'm in the sun, so that it darkened my screen. And so we have Andrew Doe, who again is the one who's apparently making the calls as to whether it's mandated or required or not. Then we have Doug Chaffee. Don't know anything about this guy. Donald Wagner. Don't know anything about him. I'm going to learn about him, though. Lisa Bartlett. And then there's a woman by the name of Katrina Foley. Now, the word on the street, again, is that she... she wants mandated vaccines. She's a masker. I guess she wears 2 masks, and apparently she is in quarantine. And I'm not laughing that she's sick. I'm just laughing that now not only is she double masked, not only does she have a vaccine, but she's also quarantining. So she didn't show up today either. So the 2 people that I guess are most for masking of our children in the schools and mandatory vaccines. And again, this is just what I'm hearing on the street. I have not been able to confirm. Both those people are not here today. They've shut out the public. You can't sit inside. You can go in and speak, but the audience, as you can see, the people that are here, these are all people that would normally be inside of the Orange County Board meeting, but are not allowed to be inside. They have speakers. Let me see if I can turn my camera around over here to see. So we have speakers. Can you see them on stands? Right there you go. Those 2 black boxes over there are speakers where you can listen to the meeting. Now, another place you can go to see what's going on inside is by going to the Orange County Supervisor website. And then in the middle of the page, I looked at it earlier, there's a button you can click or a picture you can click, and it'll redirect you to the live stream for the live stream of the board meeting. Now, unfortunately, like I said, I see Ugh, Mike. Let's see if I can see it here. Nope, still can't see it. My screen is so dark I can't see. But it looks like it says everything. The mic, you can hear it okay. I saw the word okay. So maybe that's the thing. All right, so we have those board of supervisors. We need to vote probably all of them out, by the way. All right, there's some things happening in different school districts around here that this booth right here is handing out all types of flyers and information. One of them is that at a school district, the CAPOUSD, and I believe that is the, if somebody knows, San Juan Capistrano, I believe, Capo USD. So it's probably Capistrano Unified School District has a school board meeting. What they're thinking about doing is having vaccine pods in the school. So they're looking at having pods in the school, and they're voting on that. It's item number 8, donated space, temporary right of entry agreement for use of certain sites to be determined by the district for COVID vaccine centers, County of Orange, for voluntary vaccines. So they're going to be voting on whether the schools should be able to have pods in the, that is so crazy. I just saw a video. If you've not seen it, it's kind of making the rounds on social media. It's a young man. I believe he's an athlete in a high school. He's a young kid, got the vaccine, and he now is in the hospital with a heart problem. I was just talking to somebody else, and they said that their school district, and I'm not sure if it's ours or not, the Placentia Yorba Linda School District or not, but they are making a claim now that if a kid has COVID, they may not be able to pay sports because now they're hearing that COVID causes heart problems. So what they've done now is they've reversed the messaging from something that at least is being reported is the vaccine is causing in young people is these heart, and it's a scientific name that I can't come up with right now, but it's causing some kind of issue in regard to young people that get the vaccine and this heart issue. But now they've flopped the messaging to say that it's COVID that's causing that heart problem. So that's what they're hearing right now. So I have some information here for religious exemptions, or information for religious exemptions. Again, this is a handout from these fine ladies right here. They are the Gold Coast Patriots. Gold Coast Patriots is who set up that booth. It's a Republican Women's Federation, and I should give them, all I have on here is their email. Their email is goldcoastpatriots@gmail.com. goldcoastpatriots@gmail.com. And they say they're always looking for new, proud patriots. So that's the Gold Coast Patriots program. So we're at their booth, and they have this flyer here, information for religious exemption, lc.org, LC, the letter L, the letter C, Lima, Charlie.org. Liberty Council attorneys, massive info on COVID regarding religious exemptions. They give you sample of religious exemptions. There's a memo on COVID vaccination mandates. They have won several cases for religious exemptions. So go to lc.org. You have on here another resource, Peggy and Pastor David Hall. Their website is thehealthyamerican.org, thehealthyamerican.org. They have information on religious exemptions also. They have a religious exemption form to purchase. To purchase. Okay, I guess I would say donation. I would have put donation on there. And then you have pacificjustice.org. Contact them on work-related vax issues. Info on religious exemptions, also looking for UC students and nurse cases regarding vaccinations. So pacificjustice.org. Go there for work-related vaccinations issues. I'm just going through some of the handouts I picked up. Another form here. Oh, this is Liberty Council sample religious exemption request for COVID shot mandates. And so this is a whole flyer that I have here. Let me look through it really quick to see if there's something I can give you. Okay, yeah, you'll just go to that lc.org, lc.org/legal-help. But just go to lc.org and go on their website. I'm sure you can find it. Here's a phone number also, 407-875 1776, which is my shirt. All right, so you're going to go to 407 area code 875-1776, and that's for the Liberty Council, and they can assist you further with vaccination exemptions. So there's that one. Sorry, I should have went through these before I went live, but this is how it works. Religious accommodation for employees. That's another flyer, and let's see what website, if there is one on here. So you will need to provide written requests to your employer seeking a medical or religious accommodation under federal law, Title 7. Medical exemptions require a medical provider to verify that a vaccination is contradicted for you. For a religious accommodation, the information below is required. Oh my gosh, it's not printed very well. State your religious convictions as to why you do not want to take the coronavirus vaccination. To the extent you are able, add religious text, Bible verses, in parentheses there, to support your position. Number 2, state that your religious beliefs are sincerely held. Number 3, request an accommodation. Number 4, propose alternatives that will meet the employer's underlying health and safety objectives without violating your conscience. Under federal law, employers with 15 or more employees must consider accommodation requests. Some states, such as California, go further and require workplaces with fewer employees to consider accommodations as well. The granting of an accommodation request is not automatic, but does require the employer to show undue hardship in order to deny the request. Note that the request should be in writing. The law does not require a letter from your church, minister, or place of worship. Your own religious beliefs are sufficient. If you like, please send your draft to covidresource@pji.org. It's papajuliatindia.org. covidresource@pji.org for our legal team to review before you submit it to your employer. Lastly, please share your contact information and city, state with us and the deadline when you must submit your request for accommodation. So that's from Pacific Justice Institute. And there you go. Some other great guides. Just this seems to be a religious-based organization. I didn't actually ask them what their denomination is, but that's okay. They have these guides. You've seen them probably on your Facebook pages. The guide of One Nation Under God for kids. They have the kids' guide to America's greatness, which is awesome. And then the kids' guide to fighting socialism. Another great one. And that is from the kids' guide. And you can find them at thekidsguide.com, thekidsguide.com. So make sure and look those things up. All right, so there's a lot of stuff going on. The different school districts are doing different things. Obviously, you have some school districts that are way more liberal than others. We are very lucky at the Placentia Yorba Linda School District, where we have 3 people that have been on the conservative side of things. That's the best I can put it, since it's, they're not necessarily elected based on their party, although we did. But essentially what we have are 2 conservatives and 1 a little bit of a wobbler. We're still not sure if one of our board members is going to pick a side or not. And then we have 2 what appear to be liberal people that have been on for a very long time. One lady, it shows that she's been on there since the 1980s. There are people in their 30s say that when they were in school, they remember her being on the school board. So she's been on way too long, and we need to vote her off of the school board. So make sure and contact me if you live in our school district as to who those people are. If you've not been to a school board meeting by now, hopefully as a parent in our school district, you've been to at least a school board meeting, or if you want to watch one of the live streams that I put up, or you've gone on the school district website and the school board website and looked at the different people that are on there. What else is going on here? We have tons of great signs. I love this sign. This is one of my favorites. And this is, hashtag Nuremberger Code. Humans are not experiments. They have a lot of other signs about not masking our kids, and then we are not handing the parenting job for our kids to the government, that our government is not our co-parent. So we have a bunch of signs like that. What's the other one say? I'm informed, I do not consent. That's a great sign. And freedom over force. Those are some of the signs that we're seeing now. All right, so go ahead and go to the Orange County School Board. Orange County Board of Supervisors. Sorry about that. I was just trying to listen and talk at the same time. Orange County Board of Supervisors. Go to their website. In the middle of that homepage that you'll go to, you'll be able to see the live stream for the speakers that are going to be going up. We have some women that I talked to. Mostly women are here, obviously. Not obviously. I don't know why I said obviously, but it's just normal. Normal for this time of day for women to be here with their children in strollers, which we have a number of them, a number of little kids here, a number of mothers. And as the norm, I guess is better to say, the majority of people here are women. And I see a couple men, which include myself. So 3 men and about 30 women. Now, the other thing that's going on here that's I think important to note is that they say there's a fraction of the people here that normally is here. Normally there's hundreds of people here. They said that this whole area that I'm in right now normally is packed with people. But there's a couple things going on. If I were to turn this camera around, you can see that there's nothing but construction going on here. So you see behind me, you see all this construction going on. The front is the same. And so you have all this fencing going on. And it's very difficult to find this location. As a matter of fact, when I got here this morning, I drove by the front, but I thought, which is at least what the address says is the front. And there was nobody there. There was like nothing happening. And a lot of construction and a sign that said enter through another entrance. Now, it's hard to find a place to park. So you have the construction. It's not easy to find a place to park. And you would not probably know that it's here unless you get out of your car and walk around the building and see what's going on, because you can't see any of these people from the street. Yes. So there's a parking structure across the street. But again, you have to get out, walk around the building and through the fencing. There's a little fence. It's a construction fence with a gate in it. You have to know to go through that gate. Again, it's not clearly marked, but you have to park across the street, walk around the construction fencing, find a hole in the fence to get here and to see everything that's going on here. So that's one thing. I was talking to another person out front who said that she believes that much of the posts about this somehow is being shadow banned by social media. And so between all of that, it's difficult to be able to see what's going on. You could, like me, have been somebody that wanted to be here but drove by and saw nothing happening. You easily, on all 4 streets around this place, not know what is happening here. Even if you saw on social media that there's going to be a rally today, you drive by and say, well, I don't see anything going on. I see a bunch of construction going on. And you're right. That's all that appears that's going on. We have a woman out front who has on skates, and she has a sign that says recall Gavin Newsom. And she has a megaphone, and she's doing a really good job. She's holding up a sign and trying to get people. And maybe before I sign off, I'll walk out there so you can see what's going on. And I'll see if I can interview her. She's very energetic and very fun to talk to. Let's see what else. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything here first. It looks like people are beginning to line up. Now I'm going to want to listen to what's happening. But I was going to try to hold the mic up to the speaker, but I think what it would be better is if you go to the website and click the live stream button so you can see what's happening. I'm going to go out here really quick and to see our friend out here that's friends. There's people out here that are trying to make sure people get out and vote today. Make sure when you go out and vote that you vote yes to excommunicate our current tyrannical governor, get rid of him, and then you're going to pick somebody. Now, I've picked Larry Elder. I don't care who you pick. Just make sure you vote yes to vote him out first. And then we'll make sure that we get him out, and then we'll worry about who's going to take his place. There's a lot of good candidates out there. Everybody has a great platform. So here's our roller skating buddy with the, what do you call it? Gavin Newsom.
Don't trust Gavin Newsom, he's a liar. We support your right to say no if you don't want to be part of the experimental drugs being used on people. It's killing people. It's killing people's parameters. I thought that's what all these measures were for, to protect people. Don't fall for it. People are dying from the vaccine. People can still get COVID and spread COVID after they've been vaccinated. That means it's not effective. What's the point?
I think the music actually adds adds a lot to her message. And the roller skates. Okay, well, I'm going to walk back over here. You know, the government is spending a whole heck of a lot of money. These are all county buildings, state buildings. If you were to see the federal court building I've been in before, I had to testify in a court case, a criminal court case that I was involved in. I was not the criminal. I've been inside. It's filled with marble and granite and very expensive fixtures in the restrooms. A very expensive building. They have no problem building these Taj Mahals, these palaces for themselves, the federal government and our state government and county seats, but not spending much time researching what it is that they're trying to force on us. One of the discussions that I had with somebody here is that, like me, I've sent emails to the school district and to supervisors and to these people saying, here is the science that I found. I've sent them studies. I haven't sent them the most recent one coming out of Israel, but I will. Excuse me, sorry. Here's my research. Here are the things that I know to be true. Here's the science behind why I've made the choices that I've made and why that I protest for what it is you're doing. I want to see the science that you're going by. Never do we get a response. Never do we get them time, or no, do they give us the time that we've asked for to spend a little time, write an email, I even put my phone number, give me a call, tell me what it is, and direct me to where it is that you have the science that allows you to do what you're doing to our children. And never, they just say they're following the science. That's all they say. Like, oh, show me the science. Never shows the science. So they can spend all their time and effort and money on all these other things that don't really matter, right, on themselves, namely, but not spend a dime or spend a minute looking for the things that's going to support their tyrannical, communist mandates and ideas that they're doing. They quite often come back and say, well, they've listened to Wu or some person who says these things, who espouses these things and makes these claims, but never are they given information that will show, see, this is the statistic, 1 out of every 10 or 50 out of 100, or none of that information. Never have I ever seen it. I've asked for it. I say, give me the science you're going by. Give me the studies you're going by that allows you to say these things. Like this issue in regard to the issue with heart ailments that come up after taking the vaccine. We have doctors who have been able to show us patients and interview them and show us that this patient currently is in the hospital after taking a vaccine and has this issue, video after video after video. We have scientists from major universities saying, we believe that these vaccines are causing these issues. And then they come back and turn around and say, which I've heard from one of the parents here, that her daughter or son, I can't remember which one it was, they were at school and they said, if your son gets COVID or your daughter gets COVID, they can't play sports because COVID causes a heart issue. So you see how they switch it around. They take what is an issue with one thing that they are trying to promote and take that negative issue and then put it on the thing that they are trying to say is the reason why they're doing what it is they're doing, and say that the thing that we're trying to protect against causes heart problems. Show me where show me the science behind that. I want to see that. I had COVID. I had it very badly. I was in the hospital for a week, and I'm back to the gym. I'm back to doing all the things I was doing before. I can ride a bike. I can play with the kids. I can do all the things I was doing the same as I was before. And I had COVID so badly that they had to make a choice whether to put me on a ventilator or not. Thank God my wife told them, don't you dare put him on a ventilator. Continue to treat him. And I served my time in the hospital. It was one of the best experiences I've had in a very long time. I've shared all the positive experiments that came from my experience in the hospital with COVID-19. But because I believe I had cancer at the time, so I had a pre-existing condition, there is no reason why I should take what happened to me and push it on other people and say, well, because I got it, I'm proof that now you need to be masked and vaccinated and you need to hide underneath the table inside of your bedroom. No, I just so happened that I got it, right? I also got cancer, but I don't tell people, hey, don't do whatever it is that caused me to get cancer. I don't go around telling people that they now have to do whatever. It's just like smokers, right? We do have little signs that say, hey, if you smoke, you're going to get lung cancer, but you can still smoke. You can still go to the store and get cancer if you want to. That's up to you, right? We've never stopped people from doing these things. We just say, hey, you may get this. You may get lung cancer if you smoke. But here's a store right down the street, and all they sell are items that will help you smoke. And we've never closed the doors for those places, right? You got other states that have said, you know what? If you ride a motorcycle, you don't have to wear a helmet. You can wear one if you want to, but you don't have to. Now in California, they mandate helmets, and there is a law that says you have to wear a helmet. Now you have other states. Do you think that in Arizona, where I think that you still don't have to wear a helmet, I believe, it may be in Montana, I think also, is that if a motorcyclist who was not wearing a helmet crashed and hit their head on the ground, do you think they said, oh, look, he didn't wear a helmet, so we're not going to help him survive? No, they don't do that. They just say, hey, you made the choice. We're going to help you even though you decided not to wear your helmet, right? We can go on and on about these things. And here you have a president. Well, I think it's a guy that's posing as the president. He got up and somebody wrote a speech for him the other day and said that you need to do these things. You need to we're going to make it so that we make your life miserable if you don't get the vaccine. We don't do that for anything else. We do that for nothing else, right? And so we have to vote these people out. Gavin Newsom is going to be the first person we need to vote out. I know it's an uphill battle. I know that it's very difficult to do what we're trying to do in California today. But that doesn't mean that you don't try. That doesn't mean you don't go out and vote yes for him to be removed from office and then vote for one of the other candidates. That doesn't mean you don't do it. It's a very difficult uphill battle. It's going to be almost a miracle if we do vote out Gavin Newsom, but it's worth a shot to get these people out. Allow us to have choices. All right, I'm going to listen to some of these speakers here and see what they have to say. I don't think anybody's gone in yet. I hope this has been helpful to you, but just understand here at the Orange County, this can happen if you're watching and you're in another state or you're somewhere else on the planet. Understand that this could happen to you. What's happening here at the Orange County Supervisors meeting, where they've said the public cannot go in and sit and support the speakers. So they're not allowing anybody with signs. They're not allowing anybody to have an opinion. They're not allowed anybody in there to listen what the other people are saying. So when they go in, that they can maybe say something that adds to the point that the speaker just wrote. And so it's just a way of them to, again, controlling us, right? This is our building. We paid for this building. We should be allowed. We paid for the seats in that building. We should be allowed to be inside. The fact that they are keeping us from inside is another sign that we need to vote these people out, right? That is our building. We voted them in. We paid for those seats. We need to be sitting in there so that we can have a better opportunity to share with them what it is that people want. Now they have a way of, again, protecting themselves from our opinions and our thoughts and our decisions that we want to make. All right. So thank you, my friends, for joining me. I appreciate it. I'll try to get to these things. I'm so sorry I can't see them. My screen is so dark. I could barely see myself. I sat on my phone the other day, and I think it just doesn't like me anymore because there was a big crack on it. All right, my friends. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye.